Are we Gucci?
Yeah.
I'm Kaleb.
I'm Jadyn.
And I'm Blake.
And
you're watching Daddy Issues. Okay, let's see. That was... Today's episode is brought to you by the Basin Bird Boys.
They want to let you know that the books are open for the 2024 hunting season.
They guide hunts all over Washington State and will not stop until you get your limits.
Call Kaleb or John to book your hunt.
Kaleb and John really want to let you guys know that we can't wait to see you out there. I guess the only thing, if you look at a camera, look at that one.
Look at that camera. Okay.
And if you look at a camera, look at that one. If you have something deep you want to say, and you're like,
yes.
that one. Vice versa.
Okay. I got it.
Ah, these mosquitoes. Oh,
are they in here?
Relentless. They got in here, dude.
Oh my god, so I'm covering myself. I don't need more bug bites.
Okay. So, oh, wait. Get my notes. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So, it was a while ago, but when you have these issues, it's something you think about. And it's not always something you talk about because you don't want it to be your personality trait. Oh, can you shut off that fan?
Oh, I'm just gonna...
Boop.
It's
okay.
off.
Long story short, Father's Day was not too long ago. And we were out on my back porch because thought I was going to help Kaleb with the little media stuff, go to bed. And then Jadyn sparked the combo of daddy issues and how we all might have them. And what really sparked it for Jadyn was her dad Snapchatting her, asking her to do something. And I feel like this is when you have them, when you're weirded out by the fact that he's asking you to hang out, right?
Yes.
Or was he asking you to hang out? Was he?
No, he sent me a Snapchat and he was on his front porch and he's like, night out on the town, and it like zoomed in to a joint. I'm like, okay.
And then him saying,
oh, then he asked if I want to go golfing.
oh.
And he was asking to use my grandpa's golf clubs.
So yeah, I mean,
So him literally sparking a J sparked this convo.
literally
Sparked the combo.
sparks all around. It's almost 4th of July.
It is.
Sparks it up. So after hearing about this, because I'm like, your dad wants to hang out. And she's like, how does that usually go?
I mean, it's definitely awkward.
But like,
Like,
do you guys ever go and hang out?
I mean, plans are made, but do the plans ever follow through? No.
See, because this is where I started relating. So, here I go looking up signs of daddy issues. Because I think I might have them too. So one of the major signs is dating much older. I mean, I've always been like, I might be into cougars. So
Man.
maybe that's part of it.
I might have dabbled in that a little bit.
See? Jadyn?
I don't know.
No?
Not
Okay, maybe
super
she
old.
doesn't-
Not super old.
She doesn't tick that box. But another popular fact was the fear of abandonment. Anyone else? Does this resonate with anyone else?
Jaden's over there smiling.
Yeah.
About something.
What do you mean? You're over there smirking at her. He's like, you too? You too?
I'm not alone in this?
I wouldn't say it's like a fear of like abandonment from people. I mean, maybe. Mainly the fear of like abandonment from things, if that makes sense. A lot of like being told something's gonna happen or you're gonna get something.
Yes.
And like
You're like looking forward to it.
yeah, and then like it just getting taken away from you. And I get that happens, like if you're being bad, like, hey, we're not gonna go to Disney World anymore. But like not like even just like something as simple as always finding a way to just get out of having to do something.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, hey, we're gonna go do this, and then find a way to pick a fight to just like take it away from you.
Or one that always happened to me was like, oh, we're gonna go do this, and then like the day before, oh, I'm really sick. Oh, I don't feel good.
See, mine
Just so that we didn't have to do what we were gonna go do.
I think the most petty thing that your dad did, like obviously from
A
us
lot.
knowing, is
Everything?
the horse thing.
Oh yeah, this dude.
We'd packed this Lexus packed full of hay, and then Blake doesn't show up for like a month or something. Still has hay and everything, but doesn't show up to ride it. And I sold it.
Yeah, I sold all my horses because he was mad at me.
God.
Like, I don't know, we might get into that later,
Yeah.
but it's like mine, he would find a way to just like blow up and just cancel everything. Anyways, okay. Another is being another sign of daddy issues is being emotionally unavailable. I wouldn't say I'm emotionally unavailable. I mean, people probably would say that about me, and I could get why, but I'm just not looking for a relationship right now. And it's not that I'm unavailable, it's just I don't want it, right? Maybe I am unavailable and I don't realize it. But like, it's just not stupid bugs.
I've only ever heard about 1,000 times, Caleb, you'll never settle down. So I guess whatever that means, I'm just going with it.
Caleb will never. I mean, that doesn't mean you're emotionally unavailable. You're just very available.
Caleb just does
Just very, very, very
Caleb does
available.
what Caleb wants.
You're emotionally too available,
Just
probably.
go with the flow.
And then my favorite, I feel like the most major would be trust issues.
Yes.
And that kind of goes back to my Oh, wait, no, that shouldn't have been my abandonment issues. That should have been my trust issues.
It kind of ties in.
It ties in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust is like
hardcore.
that's a hardcore.
And I'm
one
sure
of
these
mine.
stories.
Oh,
We're gonna have some good
Dude, we literally
stories.
just
What,
talked about this
an
like an
hour
hour
ago?
ago.
Yeah.
And we already were like. So if we don't
Got
talk
lots
like we
to
were
talk
talking
Blake goes,
earlier.
pause. We got a podcast.
So now that we've covered that we have daddy issues, how long? Because your guys is just dipped.
Well,
mine did for sure.
Okay,
His
yours
dipped.
definitely dipped.
mine's like an ongoing.
Dippery.
It's like there, not there.
It's
there,
here,
not
there.
it.
No, it goes here, there, gone. Here, there, gone.
Mine was always there physically, but emotionally, he felt like a stranger.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I can feel that in a
Like
way.
just kind of there. Like
yeah.
a body. Like if you're playing a volleyball game and you only have 5s, you just recruit someone to come stand in there, so you have 6.
Mine's like
basically
that long lost friend that pops up 10 years down the road. Like, oh, hey.
Just
Merry Christmas.
Text you randomly.
Hey, we're back.
Hey, I see we're in the same town. What's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, so how long?
Caleb, you go first.
I
Yeah, I
go
feel like
first.
yours is the longest, so you start.
He left when I was 2.
2?
I'm now 21, going on 22 next month, so a while.
Okay. How did that, do you even remember that, really?
No, not really. I mean, I've asked my mom as I got older.
It's just kind of stories you've heard?
Yeah. But then it was like, I turned around and I ended up she got with somebody else, and I've had a stepdad for 19 years now, so it's not like I went.
It's not like you were dadless.
Yeah.
Because he's a pretty good guy, so
Yeah.
it's not like you haven't had a good... You think... I mean, I don't want to bash on your dad. I don't know your dad, but do you think he was a good, I guess, replacement?
The one I have now,
Well, I guess you wouldn't
yes.
even really... That's what I'm saying, because,
Yeah.
like, I guess you wouldn't even really know your actual dad. So
I just always thought, I was like, if mom didn't want it, then it obviously wasn't the right thing for either of us, so
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
trust what she wants, and that's that.
Because I know you couldn't even really call it a replacement. You were so young.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
almost
so
like...
it's basically your dad.
Yeah. So it's not even like you can really...
So basically, your dad is your sperm donor.
Well, I guess
Sperm donor.
one way to think about it is the way he still is involved with your life compared to Marky
Yeah, he's just
would make it...
popping in here and
Yeah,
there,
like-
like, what are you doing?
What a crazy life.
So Jadyn, how long have you been dealing with the on and off rate?
My parents got divorced when I was 7. And I'll be 21.
Okay.
So a while.
But he's always lived around though, right?
Yeah.
So it's not...
Like,
Was there ever a period though where he was just kind of like gone?
well, yeah, in a sense. Like, he moved away, like, just 20 miles down the road. Like, not very far. He was in my life when I was younger. So, like, I was with my dad 3 days and then my mom the rest of the week, every other weekend. So I was only with my dad for like 6 days out of the month. So I wasn't like with him.
Uh-huh.
But he had some not so good choices and significant others.
Oh, so
That
it's just kind of
made
something you
us-
didn't want to associate with.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
crazy.
So it's one of those things where you just kind of
And then
step back.
oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. And then his last girlfriend was the one that was like psycho.
Put the nail in the coffin.
Oh yeah, she was lovely. She had 4 kids, and my dad was like, "Oh, that's my family now," and like
so like really dug his claws
ghosted
in.
my sister and I. Like,
Oh, I didn't know about that.
oh yeah, did everything with them. Said that he wanted us to, but like my sister and I didn't want to be like over there with them
It was like,
because
so you guys weren't first choice or
yeah, we
anything
weren't first
anymore.
choice. We were like, oh, you're my
You were kind of like his stepkids.
yeah, in a sense, yes.
And they were his like
yeah,
kid
Gave the
kids.
Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
literally. And 4 kids. I mean, he has my sister and I. There's just 2 of us, and then he takes on 4 kids. That was like his full-time job.
Oh, she had 4.
She had 4 kids.
Oh, I thought you meant like her 2, you 2.
Oh no, she had 4 kids, and then my sister and I.
Okay.
So 6 kids over there every other weekend was like
You got a-
crazy.
you
But
got
like,
You were kind of
a
like
zoo
fighting
going
for your
on.
own
but
dad.
like her kids weren't even like didn't even go see their dad because their dad was like in and out of jail.
Uh-huh.
So the 4 kids were like primarily there all the time. So then my sister and I would go over there to spend the night, and it's like,
It almost felt like a competition for your own dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
like fighting for
over
love.
Who gets top bunk?
Yeah. Oh my
Literally.
gosh.
It was so hard. I think that was like the hardest period of my life was just trying to like balance like step siblings.
And you were old enough at that time to realize it too.
Well, this was like his last girlfriend, so I was like 15 when they started dating.
So it's not like you were like young and it just kind of like went over your head. It
No,
kinda
this was like,
yeah.
and it went on for
Because a lot of the things I think about with my dad, it's like I was so young, I never realized it, but like now that I look back, I'm like, damn.
no that I was like
You know what I
That-
mean?
that was a lot. If I could like go back, there's so many things that I wish I would have said. You know, like, oh
Do you think it would have gone anywhere though?
No.
Yeah. So it's like probably pointless.
probably not.
It's kind of
But,
one of those things
just
you
the
kind of just have
thought.
to like, you know what? It's probably better left unsaid.
Okay, now we can't forget about you, Blake. How long
Oh,
have
yeah, how
you
long?
been
Well,
without
so that's the thing. Like I said, my dad's always kind of been there physically. But now that I look back, like it all makes sense. Because
Yeah.
like him and my mom were never like I'm trying to remember the last time like I remember them being like happily married. And like hearing stories about it too, like they just kind of just went through the roles just to like make the kids happy. Like
yeah,
her main thing was waiting until we were at least graduated to like actually
18, so you could like make your decision.
actually do it.
Well, it's hard here, like in the state we live in, because you can't legally make a choice of who you're with until you're 18.
Oh, kids-wise?
Yeah, kids-wise.
Oh.
Like I tried for years to try to just live with my mom and not with
But
my
like
dad.
legally you had to
But
do separate.
legally-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Legally, like you cannot make that decision until you're 18, which doesn't make any sense because at 18 you're an adult, you're going to move
Yeah,
out anyways
like,
and
you're
not be with either of your parents.
Yeah.
So you have to basically
You have
just
to bounce weekends.
And I don't even know if it was that really. It was mainly just kind of the whole putting us through that. Like
yeah.
going back and forth or like having
That's
divorced
terrible.
parents or both. Because she was with my dad for like 28-ish. Because what? Yeah, 27. At least, no, 26.
26 years.
'Cause
That's
it
a
would've
lot.
been-
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and once you get older, you start to realize that like nothing's there.
Yeah.
And so, like, my earliest memory, I don't remember when. I was young. We were still living at our old house over in Warden.
Mm.
And, like, they just kind of were like, meh.
Just there.
That's why, like, when people are already saying, like, I love you to each other, I'm like, damn. Because my parents were saying it to each other when they didn't even fucking mean it. And
Right.
I'm like,
They're just
And
saying
you-
it because
you-
you and your brother were in front.
you just met
guys
this
were
homeboy and
witnessing
you already guys are, yeah, so it was just weird. But, like, they just never really seemed genuinely
Yeah.
like a couple.
Well, something crazy you said. You're like, oh yeah, my dad and I, like, so you guys lived on the same roof a month without even like talking.
Yeah, this dude. We'll get into that because we're gonna just talk about that topic. But I was able to live in the same house with this dude for over a year and not speak one word to each other or
That's
even like
insane.
see each other.
That's
I feel like
crazy.
that
All
takes-
because of a petty, stupid little fight.
But I feel like that
You
takes
just holding the
more
grudge.
effort
Yeah.
than even being like, hey, like.
And I mean, yes, I get it. I was 17, 18. I could have said something. I could have made.
Yeah.
I was 17, 18. I was a stupid little kid. So
But
it's
to
like,
hold a grudge on your kid for that long and not even speak to them is insane to me.
Like,
Especially
one-
when you're under the same roof.
and he never like made. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll get
go
into that.
say
Okay,
that. Yeah,
we'll
we're
stay.
gonna-
Okay.
Sorry, we're getting deep
So
already.
these daddy issues hitting tonight. But so dang, that was just that question. So I was okay before we got into that. The next question rolling off of that was, do we all think our moms made the right decision that they made when they made the decision to like cut those motherfuckers off? You know what I mean? Cause okay, I'm on my mom's side and all this, so it's
Okay.
like.
I'm a mama's boy, so absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like I wanted to be neutral, tried being neutral, But it got to the point where I'm like, you know what? Mom all the way.
Mom all the way.
And I think, I want you to start, Jadyn. Do you think that your mom made the right decision?
Yes,
To
100%.
make him kick rocks when
Oh
she
yeah,
did.
100%. I think she made the best decision she probably has ever made.
So you were 7, you said?
I was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I remember the day my mom told my sister and I that her and my dad were
You're
separated.
like, yay!
Oh, it was so.
You guys
honestly,
had party poppers,
Yeah.
threw a party for it.
No, we were. My mom packed all of our stuff up.
You guys left.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we were on my way to my grandma's house because we had nowhere to live, so we were gonna go live with my grandma. And she stopped at the park in Wilson Creek. We're playing on the toys, and she's like,
there's a picture.
"Yes, I have the picture."
Yeah, there's a picture.
We'll
Okay,
put the
I remember
picture in.
this
Yes.
story. I thought
And my sister and I are like,
Kayla and Abby came or something. Or
no,
who was telling me the story?
me and Abby were telling you it.
Yeah,
because Abby
okay.
and I were like super.
Yeah,
We grew up
okay,
together. Yeah.
I in my head this was a different person's parents that this happened
No,
to.
okay, so we
But
like go to the park, and my sister and I are like playing on the toys. My mom's like taking pictures of us, and then right before we leave, she's like, "All right, I gotta tell you something."
We're
like-
not on a camping trip.
Oh
I'm
no.
like, "What?" She's like, "So your dad?" and
Wasn't your
I-"
dad there though?
No.
Oh, I
no.
thought he was there.
This was on our way to my grandma's. Like my mom already had her shit packed. Like she was.
What, you guys weren't weirded out? Your stuff was packed in the car?
Well, like we didn't even like realize it. I feel like I was
Oh.
young. I was oblivious. I thought, oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna go stay at grandma's house. You know,
Oh,
like
it was
not even.
for a long time.
And she's
I
like,
need 2 suitcases?
Yeah.
So my dad or your dad and I we're just better off not together. And I remember my sister and I just being like, what? You know, like, what do you mean? And then,
I love how everybody tries to make it so subtle. Like, no matter what, like...
well, like, what is she
Give it
supposed
to
to
me
do?
straight, Doc. What's the damage?
So, well, we're just gonna take a break for a little bit. It's like, no, it's done. Just,
But like
just say
the
it's
thing
done.
that I think that screwed like my sister and us up with that situation of like, oh, we're not together is my mom and my dad tried to get back together multiple times. So we moved into a house, the house I actually currently live in. My mom and my sister and I, my grandparents bought it. We rented it from them. And then like my dad starts coming over and we're like, wait,
Oh, they were working it out?
they're trying to work it out.
Oh, okay.
We're like, okay, but dad and I, like you and dad aren't together. Like this is weird. And so like he would come over and he'd spend the night.
I'm not calling him dad.
I'm not giving a hug at night.
And then again, oh, my dad or your dad and I aren't together anymore. We can't. And it's like, okay, wait, you gotta like
Yeah, like
get it over with because
yeah.
it was so confusing. It was very like people, you know, like you have friends at school are like, oh, my parents, we do this, and I'm like, oh, my parents break up and get back together last
Yeah.
5 times, the past year and a half. So I mean, that was definitely
See, I
difficult.
never went through any of that.
But my mom definitely made the best decision, I think, like not being with my dad. Just because my dad was so like mentally abusive, I feel like, and it just made my mom I feel like my mom was going down the hole
Well, yeah, and your
because
mom's,
my dad was
and she was obviously old enough at the time to like really realize it.
yeah. I mean, they
And,
were
like-
together when they were super young, but like by that time, I feel like she definitely had it figured out. Like this is not what
Yeah.
this is not what my kids need. It's not because it was like constant fighting, 24/7.
Oh yeah.
Like I heard my mom's phone hit a wall. Like my dad would throw her phone,
and
like.
this is all gonna come into play later too.
But yes, my mom did make the best decision.
I mean, I guess it's kind of more of a basis on your life now because you were so young.
Yeah.
But like, do you feel?
So like
'Cause, I
obviously
mean-
at the beginning I had no
Yeah,
idea what was
I mean-
going on.
Dealing with the altercations you deal with now, and knowing him, or knowing what he does.
If I had to, like, obviously it's bad to compare to,
Yeah.
but I 100% I would take who I have now.
Yeah.
So I've always like told myself, I was like, I don't know, like the whole reason why. I've never asked, like, sat her, my mom down and asked her,
Yeah.
but like, you know, if
it just seems right.
she chose it, then
Yeah.
I back her 100%. Because she's the only one that's ever been around the entire time for me, so why would not give her everything?
Yeah. And I mean,
But then it's like Marky, he's like obviously been there my entire life now, and
it's like, why question it?
he's been amazing.
Yeah.
So. I've had
That's
a
good.
father figure in a way, and then also the real father figure just pokes his head in and out when he wants to.
So
and...
you can't even really consider it one, I guess.
No.
From an outside point of view,
Jane goes
again.
sperm donor.
Sperm donor.
Yeah.
He has a sperm donor, and then he has Marky, which is his dad.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. Not bashing on your Marky. You've done a great job.
Mm.
Me? Because my mom stuck through it for a minute.
Yeah, you said they were together for 26 years.
It went from,
I'll tell you, your mom put up with some shit.
Yeah.
but I mean, she did it it literally
Literally this last year.
Well,
it
and
finally
then
got finalized,
Like,
right?
she just
Actually, yeah.
she just got an email today that it's like done.
Oh, praise the Lord.
And so
Woo!
like she just got done with it, but
What? Where are the party poppers? Like, let's
I know.
celebrate.
But yeah, she went through it for a while, and I'm sure. Guess what? I'm 27, so it's finally getting over. After they were together since they were like 18, 19.
Damn, that's a long.
So it was
Yeah,
a minute,
your mom held out for a while.
and like some of the stories about this dude, I'm like, holy shit, like he's just, yeah,
It just makes you appreciate or realize how strong our moms are.
yeah,
Like realizing what they went through,
But
and like
they don't even go through it for them. It's always
It's
for
for
the
your
kids.
yes,
kids.
and that
It's
was
for
like
us.
the main reason,
Straight
like
up mama bear.
staying with them to like for the kids.
yeah,
Like, it's always like, mama don't put up with no shit, but in reality, they put up with everything.
Oh
They
fuck!
put with
And like
everything.
you don't realize it when you're young
Yeah.
because you're young,
no, yeah,
and
Because
it's
you're always
like
looking like, oh, my mom didn't put up with that with me, but then it's like, you don't see the bigger side of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like 28 years of something like that. I'm like, holy
and it's constant.
shit. That's like
20 years of constant.
more than my life. And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the first few years might be like cool and fun and a little rocky, but then after a little bit, it gets like shitty,
It's like honeymoon stage and then true colors.
and then bam.
yeah,
I've always thought about mine. I was like, he left when I was so young. Like, what happened before?
Yeah.
well, yeah, like
Like, because
Yeah.
obviously the first few fights, they're probably like, oh, there's just fresh fights, you know,
Yeah.
newly married.
yeah,
And then 10 years later, the same shit's happening.
literally, it's
So it's like,
it's just getting
To
worse.
the moms who are getting out of that early, like, your
Props.
two, like, fuck yeah, they were like, my gut's telling me no,
Yeah.
and
I'm
I'm
out.
listening to it. Which, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, your mom is a trooper.
But it's like, she knew, too, but then she had the whole, like, the kids.
but that's just what moms
It's
do.
just-
Always,
Yeah.
It's always on us. It's
It's always us.
It's
Sorry,
always us.
sorry, moms.
We're shitheads.
We really made you stick it out way
I
too
know.
long. We should have ended it quicker.
Our brains are still malleable. Just leave. Honestly. So, now that you look back, do you feel... Because, I mean, in the moment, obviously. Talking about in the moments. But looking back, do you feel like you missed anything in your childhoods because of the whole dad's not dadding?
Oh yeah, I feel like I missed out on a lot.
Because for me, I feel like they did kind of a good job at, like, hiding it. Like, obviously, there's still fights. There was
Yeah.
still all that. But, like, looking back, I feel like I didn't really miss much. It was still kind of like... Okay, back to one of my things about him feeling like a stranger. I remember one time, vividly, I was really young. And we had to go to town for something. And I remember my mom telling me, go with your dad. Like, okay. And I just felt like I was with a stranger in the
Stranger,
car.
yeah.
Yes! I just felt
You know what's
so
funny
weird.
is like that. That's how I feel now. Like because
It's like that
I
awkward,
said,
like,
it's
what do I
like
talk
my
about?
dad's in and out, in and out. But then he's like, "Oh, you want to go do something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I probably should."
So
I'm
the
trying to-
weather.
I'm trying to like make the relationship better. But like sitting in a vehicle with just like my dad and I'm like, what do I talk about?
Yeah, you're
And
like...
the awkward silence, and it's like crickets.
Yep.
It's like, yeah. So what have you been up to?
Yeah. You're like, what do you... Like, But yeah.
But he's like firing all the questions, and I don't know I don't know what
Like,
questions to ask him. And I'm like,
What's
I
your
don't know.
humor? How do I reply?
Are you gonna freak out on me, or are you gonna
Yeah,
take it
so it's
chill
like-
way?
I remember just like not feeling like close. Only
Yeah.
because more backstory, like he was more like into my brother being like his dad because my brother did the sports. My brother kissed his ass. My brother was more like the submissive type. And so
Yeah.
like they were like besties. And my mom and I, he said we were different breeds.
Different.
But not in
breed.
not in a good way. More
Oh,
of
a
like
bad breed.
yeah. You guys are different breeds.
You're a bad breed.
And so like it was just weird. But I don't feel like I missed out on anything in my childhood. My mom did a really good job about like and it's hard like I'm not a good basis off of that because I realistically only hung out with my mom growing up. She'd take me to like horse stuff, we'd do our thing. My brother and him did their thing. So like most of my growing up childhood was with my mom, and I had fun. And so
Yeah.
it's like not one of those things there's a mouse crawling up my freaking barbecuer right now.
No, there's not.
Yes. Look at it.
I
It's
can't
right
see it.
there. Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it fell off.
Okay. Anyways, but yeah. So I don't feel like no, I still had a fun childhood.
I mean, I feel like I missed out on a lot of stuff that I could have done with my dad. My mom was like,
Yeah.
my mom was the freaking.
See, and like
She was like the all around everything mom, like sporting events, all of my softball. Like my mom did everything. She paid for everything.
Yes.
My dad was supposed to pay like they split, like 60-40 whatever. But like that was like nothing to him.
Yeah.
Like my mom paid for everything. Mom was a single mom for so many years and she did everything by herself.
And that was one thing with mom and my dad, even when they were together. Because, they were together legally 100% until about a year and a half ago.
But your mom paid for everything.
She still paid for everything.
Yeah.
Because he was just like this cheap ass, wouldn't pay for anything.
Yeah.
But then Blake's weird. Oh, yeah, I went through his closet, like, when Blake and I first met. And he goes, what are you wearing? I'm like, Sitka. It's only like $500-$600. He goes, my dad's closet's full of that.
Yeah. He'd only spend his money on himself. Like, anything with
Yeah.
us, nothing. My mom had to pay it all.
Yeah, my mom was definitely like there for everything, but my dad was like,
And I guess that's a good way to put it. Like, I guess I wouldn't know what fathery.
yeah, like as a young.
Yeah, because
as a young
my mom was like the
child.
source of like the childhood fun. So
Yeah.
it's like, how do I even know that maybe I didn't. I missed out on like having the dad side.
Like when we
of
went
the
on
childhood.
trips, like when we went on family trips, my dad wouldn't go. Like we took a big family trip to Disneyland, and I look back at all these pictures, and my dad's not in any of them because he didn't go to any of our trips. Like when we were younger.
See, my dad would go. I don't even think we went on trips.
I mean, he probably had to stay back and work, but like I don't have any like memories of like going on a family trip with like my mom, my dad, and my sister.
See, the only trip. Okay, wait, Caleb, your turn.
Oh, I gotta go.
Wait, before we
Sorry.
get into that,
Take it over.
I don't feel like I missed out at all because it was like Marky was
'cause
trying to be that
Yeah,
father
Marky.
figure, and so it was like I was always golfing with him and then his dad, and then it was always we're out fishing or
see, like he lucked out. He got a dad.
Yeah,
we lost one. He
I
got
didn't get a
one.
dad till later in the picture.
So he
Jay's
was
like-
always like obviously trying to prove it to my mom, I think, in a way that he could handle
Yeah.
being a dad in that
Wait,
sense.
does he have any like
So
kids?
he's got one, but it's like the same scenarios. Like he ended up going with his mom, like wanted to do it with his mom instead, and so I don't think they have like any contact or anything. Which is funny. His email used to be.
Wait, it's a daughter, isn't it?
No, it's a son.
Oh.
So his email.
Oh wait, but you have a sister.
I ain't got nobody.
What
No,
the
he's the
hell?
only child.
I thought someone's dad left but has a daughter. John?
No, John's dad yes. John's dad got remarried after they left and had 2 kids.
Oh, okay.
A brother and a sister.
Sorry.
But anyway,
Anyways.
Marky's
Sorry.
email was his kid's name for the longest time, and then I think like just recently, I was like, Mom goes, use his Netflix or something. So I asked him, and he changed his email to my name.
Oh,
And I was like, I'm stepping up.
he
a little
loves you.
Stepping up.
It's like I got the email now.
But yeah, I don't feel like I missed out on much because he was always trying to be that dad in
Yeah.
a way and just do everything.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It's fun. And then Big Mark always that everybody knows. So we were always out golfing or doing this and that.
What were we talking about before that? We're talking about something.
You two started going deep. I don't know.
We started getting into it, but
I could get into this topic.
I don't remember what it was. Okay, we'll just move on. But anyways, I guess for us, I feel like it's something we all have to cope with now that we're older. Because at the time, obviously, at least I somewhat, it's not even like I realized it, it's just I was kind of like, this dude just seems like a stranger. So
No,
Is
yes.
it just me or to you guys? Does it drive you nuts when they reach out now?
mine doesn't, that's the thing.
I mean, like, it doesn't. It's just awkward. It's like that awkward, like, yes, but like, should I say yes? Should I say no? Is it gonna cause a fight if I say no?
So yeah, well, yours I know like reaches or not reach, but he's like
It's because
involved somewhat, I
but,
guess.
like,
He's there.
he's there, but he's not. But
'Cause, I mean, you're still
know?
close with your grandma, his mom,
Yes. Yeah.
because
And so is my mom. Like, my mom's close with my dad's mom, which is weird, but, like, it's not weird just because.
It's just kind of like one of those things where the tie's already gone, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And my parents just now, like, are getting along.
Oh, so they're, like, actually being cordial.
Well, they kind of had to because my sister
I was
graduated.
gonna say
and
Maddox's graduation.
They had to plan.
Yeah.
They had to plan some graduation parties, and they had to be, you know, in the same
vicinity.
vicinity. But
Because, yeah, I would, like, you're not really going through, like, the reach out. I mean, kind of. Because he's trying to get you to go golfing. He's trying to get you to go to Nashville. He's trying to get you
when he came and talked to us the other day. He's wanting to take me a trip to Nashville. But, like, that's the awkwardness. Going on a trip to Nashville with just my dad. You know how awkward?
Oh, he wants to go just you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know how awkward?
You're like, I'm going to sneak off over here to this bar.
Can I take a friend?
I was gonna say, can I take a +1?
Can you pay for their ticket too?
Okay, I guess this is a better question for you, the reaching out, because yours has been MIA for a minute.
Well, 19 years.
I hate it. I'm like.
When was the last time he reached out to you?
I actually have.
Isn't it only on holidays?
It's only holidays, and he sends those little iMessage gift things.
Like your birthday?
Does he say happy birthday?
No, it's not my birthday.
What?
Father's
Okay.
Day?
He says
like-
Merry Christmas, but not Happy Birthday.
The last one was Christmas. Look, he sends these like little gift things. You have to like pull it up or we get a picture of it. And then the one before Thanksgiving. Those are the only conversations.
What? How long ago was it?
2022.
So 2
is when he
years
reached
ago?
out to me.
Damn.
And I didn't reply nothing. And so I wanna just like rip into him in a way.
No, you should do. You should just send a text like when it's his birthday. Happy birthday, sperm donor.
So yeah, he does.
Then he'd get a satisfaction that you were thinking about him.
Okay, never mind, don't do that.
But like Thanksgiving and Christmas, he'll send those, but no birthday, no nothing else. It's just, and that was 2 years ago, so I haven't heard from him in over 2 years.
Damn.
He's living up his best life, though. I see his Facebook.
Oh, you have him on Facebook?
He sent me a friend
him on
request on Facebook
too.
like a year ago.
Where's he live?
California.
Yeah, he's in Cali.
What's he do down there?
He's big into these Jeeps.
Well, doesn't he do like construction?
Right.
So he's like a concrete like person, but he's big.
Fuck me.
Did it die?
No, it didn't die. It just shut off.
Oh no, how long ago?
Like a couple minutes, but I still sound.
Oh, I guess we have the other.
Yeah, there's still that one.
But anyways, he's
We're getting into it. Okay, anyways, he does concrete.
big into these Jeeps, and so he's got all these Jeep sponsors and goes on all these trips and basically just thinks he's all hot shit.
Oh.
And so when he does reach out, I'm like, dude, if only I could just rip into you. But I ain't got enough, like, there is not enough time in a day that I would not stop talking.
To
just
him?
ripping into him about just, I don't know, but yeah.
It might sound like it feels good, but it probably won't in the end. Just don't do it.
I feel
Don't
like
do it.
with my dad, at least, it's like so recent after the whole divorce thing. Because like when it first started, I literally told both my parents, like, I'm not picking sides, whatever. I was living with my dad.
Like, I'm your kid. I'm not. Yeah.
I just come back from Arizona, and then he was still being like super, super petty. And then I ended up coming out here to bail, and then staying, and it was being more and more petty, and I ended up just moving out here. And then after that, it just started getting like weirdly rocky. And then I caught him and his new girlfriend. He was trying to be all like,
What, he was hiding her from
yeah,
you?
he was hiding her from me. And I'm like, bro, you're like 50. You don't have to hide your girlfriend from me, whatever. But and then he just like kind of stopped talking more. And then after the whole divorce thing, he just like,
I was gonna say that's when you guys were still kind of talking.
yeah,
Because that's how we met you, was all through the farm.
yeah.
So we were still kind of talking. Because then you had to house sit one night for him or something, and you had all of us over.
Yeah, well, that was like one
That
of
was
the last
before we were
times.
friends, because
Yeah.
I didn't go over there.
Yeah, and he like blew up or something. Oh, I see you had all your friends over or something.
He just like, I don't even know. Oh yeah, because he had, the fridge was full of like, okay, so when he was with my mom, he was very, very cheap, very, very cheap ass dude. I'm like, dude, you got the fucking money. Why are you being all cheap? And now his fridge is full of like Fiji water and
He's trying to be
White Claws
bougie.
and all this. I'm like, what the fuck? So this fridge is full of White Claws. You guys all came over and we drank all the
Drank 'em
fucking
up.
And the
water.
best part was, we ended up taking the couch out of the top room, your extra couch or something.
Oh yeah. Wait, I think he was there for that though. I'm pretty sure. Was he? I don't know.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
I wanted that fucking couch. I
But
love
anyways,
that
we
couch.
took a couch.
To couch.
But yeah, so What were we talking about?
I forgot.
We just get so deep into one topic.
We do. I'm like, "Ugh."
Because you
But
start the story, you just want to continue.
Or
And then we lose
it
our
was like
spot.
something about the father figure and like, are we glad? Are we mad? Because we brought up like,
oh, him
how he
not
hasn't
talking to
re-
me.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
just like
yeah,
doesn't
not
talk to me
talking.
anymore. And so like once the divorce went through, he just kind of like ghosted. Like don't exist. No birthday. No Merry Christmas. No.
I get a Merry Christmas, so
Dude, and like
Yeah,
the
but
last,
2 years ago.
yeah, well,
like the last 2 years, no birthday, no Merry Christmas, no. Oh yeah, and the divorce should have been over years ago, but homeboy is just still being narcissistic and crazy and
And too
wouldn't.
cheap. He doesn't want to pay for it.
What do you mean? The longer you drag it out, the more you have to pay in like attorney's fees.
Oh, that's true. But
Yeah.
he's probably thinking that.
Anyways, so
he ain't drinking no Fiji water after that attorney fee.
who knows?
His Sitka is none of it's gonna be new.
That stuff was
He's not gonna be able
pawned
to
off.
afford any of it.
He's gonna be scrounging around through Goodwill.
He's gonna go to the Goodwill bids.
Well, the funniest part is he always told my mom that without him, she'd be living in a cardboard box. That's why we call this the cardboard box. Yeah. And so, which leads us to the next big topic. I said I was highly certain my dad was narcissistic. Jadyn really hopped on board with that.
And I have no idea.
I have
And
no
I was like, I
idea.
don't know because he's not.
He never
But-
came back.
And one reason being, like, this isn't one of the biggest reasons, but it's one of like the reasons like I think of off my head, was when my mom was still with him. One of her friends who really like could see this gave her a book about how to deal with a narcissist, and when he found that book, he flipped his shit, like went nuts.
So all your guys' friends could even see it.
Yeah, everyone could see it, and she knew, but she was just staying with him to keep the world going round. You know what I mean?
Did she read the book?
Oh yeah, but then he found it
Flip the shit.
and flipped his
She's
shit.
got like page 59 bent over.
59. She's got page 1 through 59 flipped over.
She has she was gonna mark
Yeah.
every page for what she sees, but every page is flipped over.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna flip the pages I relate to, and the whole book's just closed.
and then, so, with that being said, you were pretty sure your dad is,
Yeah.
or somewhat, I guess.
Oh yeah.
One of the biggest is like broken promises. Did you ever experience broken promises?
Oh, countless times. So many times.
See, same.
Like, that's one of the things.
I know, why is Kaleb even here? He has a healthy dad now.
Mm.
He's got a healthy.
Oh, I had plenty of promises broken. I think I got a better promise broken than any of you guys.
Well, oh yeah, because he still came in and promised you shit. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to negate.
Okay, Blake. Okay. I'll accept it this one time.
But yeah, we're just over here bashing on Kaleb for not having as much trauma as us.
God, your dad lives here too? God.
But yeah, broken promises.
Broken promises. I had a lot of broken promises.
Do you think it affects how you see people promising you shit?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I hate when people are like, one thing I like my dad always used to do is make plans, and then he would never follow through with the plans. So now when people make plans and they don't follow through, it literally just makes my blood
Oh, Jadyn goes
boil.
off.
I hate it. Like, they'll be like, oh, we're gonna go do this, 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 and then
you're
the
like,
next
nah, I'm
morning
not gonna even bank on it.
they're like, okay, we're gonna go golfing at 10 a.m. I'm like, perfect. Okay, I get up, ready by 10 a.m. I'm like, Kaleb, where you at? Oh, we're not golfing anymore.
Little side bit from tonight. Jadyn's AC is broken. Okay. So I was like, you can come stay at my house. Like, I don't care. I got a 3-bedroom house to myself. Come stay. And then she goes, where you at? I said, oh, I'm going to Blake's to do a thing. She goes, I thought I was coming to stay the night. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you can still come before I go out there.
See, that's
Just
the
like,
shit.
she's
I'm
like,
out.
she,
My heart started pounding. I said, what?
We had a plan.
I'm like, no, it's like, you can still come over. Like, I thought I was going to get, like, held up at gunpoint or something.
I called him right away. I'm like, Kaleb?
Yeah, she
To
did
your
too.
house.
She
Where
called
are
me
you?
as soon as I said I'm gonna go film it. I'm going to Blake's to do hunting videos. She goes, call instantly.
I'm
I
like,
thought I was staying the night. Oh yeah, you are. You're good.
Kaleb, you gotta remember, we have daddy issues.
I gotta go stay at my cousin's house because my AC's been out since Saturday. God.
What about
Anyways,
you? You got a good one?
broken
Let's hear it.
promises.
Do I have a broken
Oh yeah,
promise?
please share yours. You can go first.
Okay, so it was like still when he was like trying to come around. I mean, I was like probably like 11, 12, 13, somewhere right in there.
So this was, how long was it like ghost mode before this?
Oh, for years.
Okay.
He came around once, which I have a picture of, and went to the fair that I showed you earlier.
Okay. This little
And I'm just
Caleb.
like
Little Caleb.
teeny tiny, like 7, 8, somewhere in there. But anyways, he came around, I was like 13, and made this promise. He's like, oh yeah, like I want to come up and see you. Like I want to buy you a dirt bike because I was big into dirt bikes back then.
Oh, okay.
And I was
a
like,
little motocross.
I was like, oh awesome, like brand new dirt bike. Like yes, I'm all in for it. Which he did. He came up here, and I went and picked out the dirt bike. No, he didn't even come up here. He just sent me the money. He goes, go pick out a bike. Tell me how much it is. I'll send you the money. Well, dumb Caleb picks the biggest dirt bike I could find.
Yeah, it was like this big old orange and white. I remember it.
on a big old KTM 450, like way past my size. But anyways, I got it. And
are you kidding me right now?
but I just got this brand new big old dirt bike.
Big old dirt bike.
And whatever, we got it, took it home one night. I was so excited. All pumped up. I just got some like new gear to go with it.
Oh,
and
the pads and everything.
Oh, I had it for like
the whole race suit.
I was decked out, head to toe. I was like, oh.
Helmet, boots, and all matched.
I was like, I'm big dicking out here now. And anyways,
Thank you, Daddy.
Couple months go down, yeah, literally, couple months go down the road, and all of a sudden, I get like a call. So I didn't even get it from him. I had to get it like through family, like passed down through John's mom, Lana. She was like, so the bike's getting repoed. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, he never paid for it after the initial down payment.
So like he got a down payment for it, and then he never continued to pay for it.
Because you can do monthly payments.
Yeah.
Little Caleb is so excited about his bike, they come and take it.
Literally.
Because he wouldn't pay
He
on
was
it.
just over it.
So like he reached out that one time, and then like I didn't hear from him after that, which I thought like kind of was odd. But I was like, you know what, whatever. Like I don't care. I got a dirt bike. I was just in that mindset. And then yeah, I come to find out, I was like, he never made a single payment on it. It's up for repossession. And I was like, well, and so I literally I haven't talked to him since, I don't think. Maybe once or whatever. I talked to him once since then, but that was it. And not even like a conversation. I think it was just like a simple text.
Yeah,
like he said this.
If that ain't a
Oh,
broken
didn't you have
promise.
to ask him for where he was born and where
yeah,
and what
for
state for your
passport or something?
passport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for Canada to go hunting, I needed my passport. So I had to text him, and he didn't ask like how I was doing, nothing after that. Because I was just straightforward. I was like, where are you born? What's your full name? And this and that was all I wanted. And then that was it. He sent that back to me, and I haven't talked since.
Dang.
So yeah, broken promise. I think that was probably the biggest one I ever got. And then it was always like little just, hey, I'm gonna come up there this month and this month, because his mom actually lives right here in Soap Lake.
Oh really?
So she's not far, and I know
You
she's.
talked to
Do you
her?
ever talk to her?
Oh yeah, I'm really close with her.
What?
My grandma Linda. Oh yeah, I'm way close with her. Literally, like my sectional and everything for my house, she gave it all to me. That, and she gave me like all sorts of like beer cooler and stuff, and she just gave it all to me. So yeah, like, and John's mom's really close with her, but not him.
Damn.
Does she ever talk to you like about your dad?
Mm-mm.
Probably
I
because she
think-
just knows.
I think she cares literally like more about us than she cares about
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Kind of
Because like we're
Yeah.
close by and like we see her often. Because he, even to them, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come up here for this and that, never shows up.
Yeah, see, that's one thing about all the broken promises, that I just kind of like don't expect things from anyone when they like say things. Like when there's something really big I'm excited about, I like don't get my hopes up for it, only because of that.
I've learned to do that because I
Yeah.
used to get so like.
And it like definitely makes it
Sad.
like super hard to like trust that things are actually going to happen. It's always just in the back of my head like, oh, this is gonna be so cool, but
It
can't expect it to happen.
Yeah, it's not
And
gonna.
it's not going to happen because
Blake's always like, I'll believe when I see it.
literally that's
Honestly.
like my motto.
I feel like
is
that's
I
what
will
you have to
believe
just
it
come
when I see
to like
it.
realize is like, if it happens, it happens. If it
That's
doesn't,
like-
it
yeah,
doesn't.
That's like,
You're
for
like-
Blake's when we take him hunting. It's like, Blake, I'll be at your house at 4. Yeah,
I believe that
And
shit.
I'm
You
ripping
guys-
him out that front door. We're
it-
Jogging
going.
him out by his ankles.
If hunting is involved, it's happening. I know that. But another topic would be communication barriers. Like my dad, for instance, would never express when he was mad. it was just kind of like instant blow up.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
there was never like a, hey, I'm obviously not saying treat me like some like Gen Z millennial bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is why I'm mad. I'm super sorry. No, it was just kind of like, at least tell me what's going on.
Instead
Like,
of just freaking out and blowing up.
it would go from, hey, like, for instance, when I moved back and I was going to school after my little accident, I was like, hey, I'll pay for it all. I want to redo the office so I can have like a office area to do my school, because it was during COVID. And so there was no in-school shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll renovate the upstairs office to something nice that I want for my school. I'll pay for it, whatever. Pissed. Because all the stuff that was in the office came from one of my mom's old jobs, and it was free. But it was ratchet as fuck. So no, I'm not going to use that shit. The computer's like 5 years old. It doesn't even fucking work.
Like, it's an update or anything.
Like, I'm going to throw all this away, buy all new shit.
He's got Windows 5.
On my dime. No, wasn't having it. Didn't talk to me for like 4 months.
Oh my god.
Because he was pissed off that I wanted to redo the upstairs room.
And you
So I
were
take it
paying
there
for
was-
it.
I was paying
no,
for
like
it.
family dinner or not. You guys just stared at each other eating or what?
There was we never ever that I can remember had like family dinners.
Either did we.
Like, if I
Never.
can remember eating with everyone, it'd be like at a restaurant. I honestly cannot remember a time we all sat down and had dinner.
I think our dining room table was just a catch-all.
It
We
was just-
never sat down at the table
Yeah.
and actually had a dinner together.
I cannot remember any time ever we'd sit down and all eat together.
I feel like nowadays, like obviously not back then, but nowadays that's so normal.
Yeah.
Nobody does. I
No.
literally like
The-
dining room tables, chairs never move.
The most you have dinner with each other is like at a restaurant.
Yeah,
Literally.
You know what I mean?
it's always, hey, I'm going to my room. Thanks for dinner.
And
I
like
know, I'm
maybe
like, why would we sit at a table?
maybe it happened, but I don't remember it.
But I feel like even like if I try to make dinner for someone, like Taylor and I had dinner the other night. Like, you want to sit at dining room table? Like, what? It's like so weird if people ask you to
just go
sit
to the
at
couch.
a table.
You just go to the couch.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost more awkward sitting at a table like at your own home, which is so weird
I
because
think
Uh-huh.
it
it
makes you
should be normal.
interact. Like
Yeah.
it makes you actually talk to the person.
I
We
think
should
the
have a family
only
dinner one night. And
Nacho
sit-
night was so fun.
Yeah,
yeah, we can
Yeah,
do it at
like-
my house when I get AC back.
when you have AC.
When I have
Well,
an AC,
hey,
we can do that.
Taven moves in Saturday or Sunday, so we have like a housewarming party for
Yeah, We
Taven.
could do a little housewarming party. That'd be
Ah,
fun.
That'd be fun.
But we shouldn't do nachos. We should do spaghetti.
That's what we keep talking about.
Dude, that's gonna be so gross.
We're gonna have like baby bibs and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like crab
It's
pot.
like
with
the, I was gonna say, like the
spaghetti.
crab pot with spaghetti.
But yeah, that's why I feel like I have communication barriers, which I've definitely made myself get better at, like expressing things, because
Yeah.
he never would. And like we're old enough now to know. And so yeah.
I feel like there was never, like with my dad, there was never like an in between of like,
Rage
it was either
or
like
no
rage or like just talking,
Yeah.
like talking it out. It was like, it would always go to rage. Like
And it was-
instantly, it'd be like a scream match, screaming at me, like, and it was never
His fault.
Never
Yes,
his fault. It
yep.
was always my fault. I was always disappointment. I
was-
was always the one that was like, why are you doing that? But it was like his fault.
And it was always when they didn't want like you knew like they didn't like this idea or want to do it, so they would figure out a way to get out of it.
Yes,
And
exactly.
so yeah.
Yeah. If your mama tells you you're the golden child, no, the father is the golden child. He never does wrong.
No.
Literally.
Especially when he's a narcissist.
Yeah.
But I guess all in all, because I'm sure we could talk about I've got stories, so I don't want to
plenty.
keep going. So
I got plenty of
are
stories.
we happy that the things, oh my gosh,
Freaking skeeters.
this door's
Oh
gonna
my god, you
piss
still
me
have your
off.
bracelet on your ankle.
Yeah, my
Blue collar.
blue collar ankle bracelet.
I put
It's a
that on
zip
his
tie.
ankle when the stinger with John the other night.
Oh, I'll put the video in here.
Oh
now.
yeah. I was cram packed in the stinger.
But are we happy that the things that happened? So, I mean, at least me. I'm very glad to be where I am now. And as shitty as it is that my mom had to deal with that for almost 30 years, like, thanks, Mom.
I feel like I'm happy because like I now have a stepdad who like basically like raised me when my dad was out of the picture. I had to, okay, backtrack a little bit. I had to completely block my dad. New phone number, everything, because him and his ex-girlfriend were so like terrible to me and my sister. Like me, John, and Kayla, and Abby, and Summer were eating at Rock Top. My dad spam called me 45 times in 15 minutes because I wouldn't go over to his house. Psycho shit. So I had to get a new phone number, not talk to him.
Was this like his way of trying to reach out, or was it like in an ill way?
An ill way.
Well,
like,
was he mad about something? Like,
no, because like my sister and I wouldn't want to go over there, and we were arguing about his ex-girlfriend, or yeah, his girlfriend at the time, but his ex-girlfriend, because she was crazy.
Okay, there's a mouse. There's the mouse.
Another one.
He's back. You see him? He's on the cord. He's on the cord.
I don't see him. I can't look.
that sucker.
Oh, he
Okay,
chewed up my freaking cords in my car.
Did he?
Yeah, that's why my amp doesn't work.
Oh.
My hand doesn't work.
Anyway, sorry.
What was I saying? Oh, so I had to get a new phone number. I had to block him. And then, I threw like, oh, I feel bad.
Yeah, they make you feel bad.
Literally.
Yeah.
They'll do
Like,
anything
and it was
to
like
make you feel bad.
communication like through my grandma. Like he was telling my grandma like
Like when they know they're in the wrong.
I want to be in her life. I love her. Da, 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 like.
And then you come back in and they fuck you over again.
And then I started, and it was like, oh, I'll buy you this. Oh, I'll buy you that. Oh, I'll buy you this. Oh, I'll buy you a water ticket. Oh, I'll buy you this. And it was like, oh, you're trying to buy my love.
Yeah.
So like, it's hard because like I'm happy because I have Kelly now, and I literally wouldn't pick anyone else in this entire world to be my stepdad. Like I literally love him to death. But like, also, I hated every single bit of all the shit I went through with my dad.
Yeah.
Just because it just put me and my sister through a lot of shit. Like my own dad didn't even come to my graduation. Like
Yeah, that makes
I graduated during, okay, this is the sad part. I graduated during COVID year.
Uh-huh.
Well, 21. But I was only allowed 4 people at my graduation. I had 4 tickets. So it was going to be my sister, my mom, Kelly, my stepdad, and my dad. So 4 people. That's it. And he wouldn't go because my stepdad was there. He threw a fucking
What did he expect?
tantrum. He called me like the day before graduation. We had grad practice. One of my classmates just died, literally that day.
Jesus?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. We were like going through it. It was not good. He called me, blowing me up, calling me a piece of shit. I'm a terrible daughter. Like, he's not coming to my graduation because I'm a spoiled, rotten brat. Didn't even
He's
come.
not getting what he wanted.
Yep. Didn't
Yeah.
come to my graduation. Decided to show up to my graduation party with his lovely girlfriend who got pissed off because she wasn't put in charge of anything.
What?
I'm like, Miss Girl, I ain't putting you in charge of shit.
Get the hell out of here.
So, like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that, like, I wish didn't go down like that. Like, why are you calling me a piece of shit?
I'm your fucking daughter.
Like, okay, and then, of course, I'm, like, a mess, and I'm, like, calling my mom, like, what do I do? Like, what do you do? All these people have, like, their dad and their mom and their grandmas at their freaking graduation, and I have, which, my 2 grandmas and my sister and my mom got to come, which I'm very happy they got to come. But, like, now, like, my sister just graduated last month, and, like, everyone was there. Like, my dad came and his new girlfriend. And I'm like, I didn't have anything like that. Like,
yeah. Just one of those things where
but it always, like, makes me question, like, is he still going to be there?
Yeah, like, you never know.
Like, how
Yeah.
long is this going to last? Is he just going to get out of my life again?
Yeah.
Or am I going to have to go get a new phone number again because he goes batshit crazy? You know?
I feel like that's one thing I've really come to, like, realize is, like, not to bank on that.
I know.
I've just kind of been like, you know what? Whatever.
Your guys, like, is he going to leave a month? Like, is he ever coming back?
Yeah.
But, like, it's hard. It's definitely difficult.
I feel like I've finally come to the point where I'm like, you know what? If he wants to come back, cool. But I don't care.
But would you let him?
I don't know. At this point, probably not because of all this stupid.
I
could
myself,
go for 3 more hours and all the dumb shit.
Oh,
he's
we
done.
could. We have not even got into some deep stories.
Yeah, like,
I have told myself, like, I always would think, should I let him back? Like, is it worth it?
yeah.
Is it worth putting me through all that emotional damage?
And we're
that he
old
put me
enough
through?
now that we're like, I like where I am, like what I'm doing. So it's like, if it's gonna change what I'm doing, no.
But then he pulls
Later.
that pity shit like the other day when you came in when I was at Pita Pit.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, I have a spare bed. Do you want it? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, I bought it for my daughters to come spend the night with me, but they never come over. I'm a whole ass adult. Why would I come over?
Screw that bed.
Why would I come over and spend the night with you? I have my own house. I have like, I don't even go spend the night with my mom. Why would I come spend the night with you?
Sleepover.
Like, you know, it's just like.
But all in all, yes. Because we could go forever.
I could go on for hours. It's so bad.
Okay, I got one last thing.
Okay, go
I
on.
was literally like thinking
You have
about
4 minutes.
I was like thinking about midway. Do you ever like talk or see somebody that reminds you of your dad?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, all the narcissistic people I ever meet.
Amen. I'm just kidding. It's so.
I'm like, you're giving me my dad energy. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, if you meet somebody like that, do you just like shut down? Or like.
No, I just kind of observe and I'm like, no, I know how this turns out. And I'm not dealing with it anymore.
Or do you. I always have this problem. People will be like, how's your dad? Or have you seen your dad lately? And I'm like.
I just kind of go.
How do I tell him the situation I'm
Mine
in?
was always like my mom was there, and then it's always, where's your dad at? Hell if I know. Halfway across the world.
You tell me.
Or like when I wasn't talking to my dad, how's your dad been? What do I say? Oh, I don't speak to my
Just be
dad.
like, oh, he's probably doing good. I don't know.
I'm like, oh, I'm sure he's doing
So I mean,
well.
I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit, but I'm just be like,
Pull up a chair. You got time?
I don't really talk to him.
You ask him. Here's his number. Maybe he'll reply to you. But yeah, I'm sure. Honestly, we could probably get into this more
Oh, I could.
when we're not pushing an hour.
We've been here for an hour.
Yeah, but
It's because it's a good topic we can just keep talking about.
honestly, if it's not too early in these stages, maybe you can get some. I don't know. We just wanted to rant.
Honestly, ranting just feels good sometimes.
The ritzy redneck ranters. Yeah.
The ritzy ranters.
Like we told you earlier, this isn't our personality trait. We don't always talk about our daddy issues. This is a safe place.
What if you bring it up? You know I'm going to be talking about it for hours.
Sit down. Pull
Pull
up a chair.
Crack open a beer.
Crack open a
It's gonna
beer.
be a long ride.
Grab a blankie because we got some stories for you. So with that being said, I think we're going to close the box because we have a fun little intro we're going to make. And then we could do some like little thumbnails.
Thumbnails and we'll pull up the pictures that we want to show you guys. Yeah.
Okay, guys. We're closing the box. Bye-bye.
Bye.